time, but look at the markets. It is at the day's high. Nifty is up, and it's up around 330 points actually, and there's no stopping the rally so far, right? At every point we've seen a big buying number from the lows. And even if we look at the bank Nifty, that is the one which is leading to this charge today. So bank Nifty, that one is up almost 1,000 points. So what a move across all the major indices. And as I said, the bank Nifty is doing really well. You have the auto segment that is doing really well, and even Nifty Realty, Rima, like who would have thought that we'll bounce back so strongly and so soon?
Absolutely. We've recovered all of the losses that we had yesterday. In fact, gained 100 points more than that. So on a week-to-date basis, we're up close to about 0.5%. The Friday close on the Nifty was 17,558. So as we speak, we're exactly 100 points above from that level on the Nifty. And by the way, the global markets too are fairly upbeat. European markets are trading with gains of about 1%, and the Dow futures, if you could pull that up for you on your screen, that's also currently higher by close to about 200 points. But we've got a management waiting by.
Oh, yes, we do. So we have Filatex India in focus. It is a manufacturer of polyester yarn. CRISIL is optimistic on the segment as a whole. They say that companies in this sector, the operating margin for them will expand, and strong balance sheets are something that will get good returns as well. We have Madhusudan Bagaria, who's the CMD of the company, joining us now to discuss the outlook and the business plans going forward as well. Mr. Bagaria, good afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining us. Well, you had mentioned earlier that Q1 generally is a seasonally weak quarter for the company. But how have things panned out now? There's a CRISIL note saying that for polyester yarn manufacturers, there will be margin expansion. Is it something that you expect as well? What's happening in the industry as a whole?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, Q1 was weak, and Q2 we expect to be better than Q1. And going forward, Q3 and Q4 will be definitely much better. Normally, best quarters are Q3 and Q4 because of festivals, winters, and these kind of factors. So, but we see a lot of improvement in Q2 also.
How much better, sir, can Q2 be over Q1? And similarly, second half over the first half, and what is driving that according to you?
The first half, there was a problem because of Ukraine-Russia war, and then zero tolerance by China, lockdowns in China. So all the supply disruptions were there. But now those things are getting over. So the demand side is improving. And we should have at least around 100 basis points improvement in the margin in Q2.
So 100 basis points, that would take you up to around 12%?
No, I think last time we had around 9%. So maybe it will take us to 10% in Q2. And then Q3 and Q4, we expect to do 12-13%.
Okay. So what are the spreads looking like? Average polyester yarn spreads, according to the CRISIL report, are at a 5-year high of 29 rupees per kg. What is leading to that right now? What is the raw material situation like?
Raw material situation is okay. Supply side is good. There is no problem. But only because of demand side, Q1 was not that good. But now demand is picking up, so the margins will improve going forward.
Can you give us some guidance on the top line? What will top line for FY23 look like for your company? And if you could break that up in terms of domestic demand, export demand?
See, export demand till Q1 was not that good, but now that is also picking up because of the freight problems. Now the freights have come down, and availability of containers is also improved. So overall, I think we should do around 40 to 4,300 of top line. And out of that, around 12 to 14% should be our exports.
Okay, 4,200 to 4,300 crore rupees in terms of top line, out of which 12 to 13% will be exports for you. What is the expansion? Guidance looking like? Your POY expansion project at the Dahej unit started in July. Will it start contributing to your overall operations this year itself?
POY partially was started in July, partially is getting started now. So yes, in Q3 and Q4, that will add to some margin.
What is the amount that you're looking at, and what is the initial capacity utilization?
That is not next 2 months. That will be hardly, it's almost like 10% volume increase.
Okay, and at peak utilization levels, what is the revenue expected from that plant then, whenever it reaches those levels, that is?
It will reach those levels by Q3.
It'll reach 100% capacity utilization levels by Q3.
I mean, maybe not 100, but 90 plus by Q3.
And what is the peak revenue? I missed the number. If you could just repeat it.
The revenue this year would be around 40.
No. The peak revenue from the plant. If you operated full capacity, I missed that number. If you could repeat it.
Then we could, full year, we can do maybe around 4,500 to 4,600.
No, what she meant is from that particular plant.
From the
what are
particular
the
plant.
peak?
From that particular, it would be around 400 crores.
400 crores. Okay, got that. So, when we last spoke to you, you told us that you've not been able to fully pass on the input cost price increase as demand is typically weak in Q1. So just wanted to understand what the situation is right now. What is the overall increase in cost? How much of it has you been able to pass on? And are you looking to pass on the rest?
No, we have been able to pass on slightly more than what we did in Q1, but not fully. I think by Q3, we should be able to pass on.
And could you help us with some numbers? How much more by way of a price hike do you need to be able?
I think if we were short by 4 to 5 rupees a kg in passing on, I think 1.5, 2 rupees will be able to do now, and rest 3 rupees in Q3.
Okay. So I'm just going back to the point of that new plant coming on stream. I just want to confirm whether I heard it right. You said it will reach peak revenues in this year itself by Q3 is what you're saying. Yes. Okay. All right. So that is about your expansion plans. Generally, if you can tell us what is the balance sheet looking like for you? If you have more capex plans in place this year or say in the next financial year?
We have some small capex plan in next financial year. But those we will be able to take care mostly through internal accruals. We'll not be taking much debt. And we'll be repaying debts. So this year, our debt to equity should be around 0.25. And going forward, I don't think we should cross any time 0.25 or 0.3, even if we take up some projects.
What is the absolute number of your debt, sir?
Right now, it's around 350 crores term loan.
And you'll be able to reduce it this year is what you're saying?
This year, we'll be able to bring it to around 300.
Okay.
And next year, do you have plans to gradually keep bringing it down?
See, right now, the world is in a lot of turmoil and we don't want to commit any big expansion plan right now. We'll see as the things improve over the world. If it improves, then we will commit some bigger project, and that time maybe the debt level can increase slightly.
Okay. Mr. Bhageria, exports are around 12 to 13% as you mentioned earlier. Are those higher margin products for you? Are you getting better spreads there in the export markets?
Yeah, you get slightly better.
How
spreads.
much?
Not too much, maybe 1 or 2%. It's not too big.
Oh, okay.
So if you do about 4,200 to 4,300 crore of revenues this year, we're looking at an annual revenue growth of about 11-12%.
Right.
Considering that there will be price hikes, could you give us a breakup between what could be the volume growth, what could be the realization improvement?
I think mostly it will be because of volume growth. Realization improvement is not there because the raw material prices are more or less in line with what it was in last year.
Okay, all right, Mr. Bhageria, thanks a lot for joining us. It was a pleasure speaking with you. You gave us a perspective on the industry as well as your company. That's the word coming in from Philatex India. The stock is doing well today. It's up around 3% odd.